Let's start creating data within a database. So for that, first we have to establish connection between MySQL Workbench and the database. The way to do this is just double click on this instance. It will ask for a password and just give the root password whatever you gave in the installation time. Click on OK. Then it actually opens you the SQL query input page, which is these how the GUI looks like. So these where you can write your SQL commands, and these where you'll be getting the output for the query, whatever the output you gave. These how you'll be getting the result. Let's go and do the operations. The first step what we have to do, so the connection is established with the client, and now the first step will be we have to create a database first. Let us before creating any database, we'll see what are the default databases are coming with the database server. So before creating any new database, we can see all available databases. To do that, we have a command called show data. See, you will be getting auto-populated suggestions. Show databases. To run this, just click on Control plus Enter. That's it. You will be getting the results here, the result grid, and you will be getting action output. What it is telling, the command, what are the command we gave, that is correct. Syntactically, it's correct. So if it is having some issues, it actually throw the error over here in action part, and error message it will throw here. Because if there is no error, it is giving green symbol, which is success, and it is giving the number of rows it is returned. On the top, you will be seeing the results, what all the data is. So by default, MySQL is having databases like information schema, MySQL, performance schema. So different sys and world, different databases we have, which is comes from default. I don't want to use these databases. I just want to create my own database so that I can use this database, my own database, to have my tables like this. So I don't want the default database. I just want to create a database like this so that I can create my own tables. I can maintain my database for my future program. Let me create a database. These for create database. Now, not for creating show databases. Now I just want to create a database. The way to do this is you just need to write a command saying, see, this is the benefit of using the client specific to database. You'll be getting all the commands auto populated like this. Create database. I can have a database which is name. I can put it any name. I just put product DB, which is not there within this databases. That's it. You just click on Control Enter, or you can choose this one to execute the command, but you have to choose the operations, which command it has to execute. Just choose your line, then click on this button, then it will actually execute. See, you got the success result. It's a one row got affected. It means it created a database and it actually inserted in show databases schema, and we can see that a table database whether it is created or not using show databases. Let me run this command to check whether our product DB is part of show databases list or not. See, product DB is added to databases list. Now we are ready with the database. So suppose I don't want this database to be, I want a different DB. I don't want this database in future. So I just want to delete this. The way to do this is you just need to write Let me minimize these windows so that we can see the more command line space. Just clearing this so we can have only the latest message output. So now we know how to see the databases, how to create a database. Now we are looking how to delete a database. So these the hash is a symbol which you use to have the comments out there. So if you want to comment any queries and all, you have to use hash. That is the reason I'm using hash and I'm writing my description. Delete databases. The command will be drop database, the database name. Whatever the database you have, you just give that name. That's it. So now we have the database product DB within the database list. I just want to delete that. Way to do this is just run drop database name and click Control Enter. That's it. Drop database product DB. It got succeed, and we can see the result now. Because there is no rows over here, it is simply telling within that there is no rows because there is no tables over there within that. So that is the reason it is showing 0 rows, but the status is success. Let us see in our databases list whether it is there or not. See, my product DB is not there, it got deleted. So these are all the operations you can do when you are performing on database point of view. So all the commands whatever we wrote in terms of database point of view, DB1, DB2, DB3, in terms of that you have to do these kind of operations. So what if I want to create a database only if that is not available? So if the database is already there, then I don't want to create it. I just want to create it if that is not there itself. So if suppose if I have a MySQL DB or product DB already available and I don't want to create it if it is already exist. To do that, so currently this product DB is not there within the databases list. I just want to create if it is not there. And we are not sure if you are working in real time, we are not sure like how many databases are there in the server, and it is difficult to identify. For that reason, we'll be checking if it is not there, then only you can create it. Otherwise, you just ignore it. To do that, you have to use create database. If not exists, and database name. So if it is not there, then only you just create a database. So the create database command got succeed. Now you can see in show databases. See the product DB is created again. So these are we can use. We can create a database, and even for delete also you can do the same. Delete database if not exist. If exists only, this is not the case, it not exist. If exists only, you have to delete it, otherwise you just ignore it. So these are all the ways you can able to create and manage databases. So for now we have product DB. Let's go and get into creating tables within that. Before creating tables, we have to use this database. We have to enter into this particular database. Suppose we have n number of databases, like we have listed here MySQL, product DB, performance schema, and all different databases are there. First, I just want to use particular DB, which is my product DB. I don't want to use other databases. I just want to get into this block of area. I just want to create tables and or managing tables and all. So let's go and do that now. If you want to mention specific database to use it for this transaction, the command to do is use database and database name. Whatever the database name you have, you just give it. then it actually, the cursor will get into, now the cursor is within the SQL server. It will have all the, it is not part of any database particularly. I just want to make the cursor will be go to this db2. To do that, just use the command use, you don't need to mention database over here, you just mention use product db, that's it. See, now the database got, you use database is got succeed, and now you are in within, the cursor is within db1, which is our product db. So these are, you have to create a database or using a database. Let's go and do this creating tables and all now. Later we can add rows, more number of rows and all, we can see it in proceeding. So let's go and create a table within product DB. So I just want to create a table which is products, which will have multiple columns like product ID, product code, name, quantity, price, and all will be there. Let's go and create a table for that. Create table product. So like how we did, if the DB is not there, then only it has to create. The same way we can give it for tables also. Create table, if not exist, the name will be products. So just open and close parentheses. So these your table syntax. Create, for creating a table you have to use create table. If not exist is optional, you can put it or if you don't put it. If you put it, then it actually checks whether the table is exist or not. If it is there, then it won't create a table, but it won't throw any error. But if the table is already there and if you don't mention if not exist, then it actually throw error saying the table already present in the database. Likewise, it actually throw an exception. So instead of throwing any exception, I just want to ignore if the table is not there, then only just create a database. If it is there, then you just ignore this command. So these the standard syntax of creating a table. Now I need to mention what and all columns needs to be there within a products table. The first one I will be having product ID. So guys, product ID, which is int. So I just want to take this product ID as int. You will be having different options into 1, 2, 4, 8, and it depends on number you will be choosing. The size will increase within the database. For now, it's int is more than enough for me, and I just want to have one more column which is product code, which is about 3 character length. For that, what I'm doing is char of 3 I'm giving. So just a 3 character length is the product code will be, and name of the product. The data type for this is varchar of 30, and the quantity, how many products you want. For that you have to mention, you have to use quantity column. Quantity, it will be again, I'll take it as int type, and the price will have decimals, right? The price will have like 100.24, 1000.26, or different floating points also will be allowed. For that I am choosing a data type called as decimals. So just go through the MySQL documentation so that you get to know all the different data types and what and all are there. I'm giving very brief about the creation of tables and databases here. So our main goal to cover the J2EE topics. It's not a decimals, it's a decimal. Decimal I'm giving, and the precision I'm giving, two floating, two precisions I'll be allowing. And the next will be primary key. if you want to give any primary key which actually unique for all these data within the products, just give a primary key out of it. It will be like primary key of what is the element you want to give within primary key. I'll be giving product ID. So these are the syntax of creating any table within a DB. As we see, we are just creating a table which is products, and it have a columns which is product ID, product code, name, quantity, price, and out of all the columns we are making product ID as a primary key. Primary key is about a unique value it should have out of all the table, all the rows. Suppose if you have these many rows or 10 rows, if it is having so it should have only one type of value. It should have, it should be unique, I can say. So primary key means it's a unique values, and it should be unique means it's a non-repeatable. So the now whatever the value we're giving within the primary key, it should not be repeatable, and this key will be used primarily to access the data. To access, if you want to access any data, this is the key will be used, and the same key, primary key, will be used for mentioning other tables also. If you have different tables, suppose product is a key, and the product address, if you have a table, so within an address you have to mention product related details, then you will be using this one as a foreign key within that. So primary key and foreign key relationships it will have, and we can see that example if you have time for that. So primary key is a one which is actually having unique elements, which is about non-repeatable elements. Let's execute this SQL query. So control enter, I just clicked on, the table got created. Now we can see what and all tables are there within this database. The command for listing tables is show tables. See, now we got created a table which is products. Let's now what we have done so far, we just created a database which is product DB. Out of it we just created a table which is products, and now the next step will be we have to insert rows out of it. To insert a rows, we have a query which is starts with insert into products values, and what are the fields we have within the products table? One is product ID, product code, and name of a product, and quantity, and the price. Let's give all the values. Let me keep it up so that we can see all the columns, and we can give the values for that. The first one will be product ID. I'll be giving product ID as 1001, and product code I'll be giving as, it's a 3-character length, only 3 characters we have to give. I'm just giving, it's a pen I'm giving, and the name of the product which is red pen. So remember, for giving integer values you have to give without double quotes. For characters and strings you have to give single quotes. So for name we have mentioned 30 characters, up to 30 characters we can give, but for product code we just give 3 characters. That is the result, we are just giving 3 characters. If we give more than that characters, it will throw compilation error. And the next will be the quantity. Quantity is an integer again. I just give some number, and the price, each pen, what is the price of it. Each pen will have 10 rupees 50 paise. So these are I'll be giving all the values. So depends on how many elements are there. The same order you have to pass it when you are inserting all the elements. And I can show you if you want to insert partial element also. I can show you how it is. For now, I'm just inserting all the element out all the column values. Let me run this command. Just click on select this one. Before running that, let me clear the console so that we can see insert related results. Just selecting insert query and running this. See, the insert into product got succeeded and one row got affected. We'll see how the results are inserted in products table. For that, what I'm doing is we have to use read operations. So for reading, we have to use read operations, which is select query. Select star from products. That's it. Select star from product means it actually fetch all the records from the database. It actually lists you the results. Let me run this query. And now we can see there is one record which is inserted, which is pen and red pen, all the values it is inserted. So these are we can do all the operations. And let me insert one more record. So now what I'm doing is I don't want to insert all the values. I just want to insert product ID and name of the product. I don't want to insert all the values. For that, what I have to do is insert into product. Before writing values, you need to mention what are all values you're going to insert. Product ID and name. Only these two values I'm inserting. Product ID will be 2. I'll be giving. This one I'm giving. Any product you can give it. Pencil I'm giving. And all the values I'm not passing. So I'm just giving another product which is having only product ID and the name of the product. I'm not giving all the values. So if you want to mention any specific element, then you have to mention what are the columns you're giving within the bracket. Then you have to give the values. Let me execute this. I have to select this, then I have to execute. There is a problem. It seems unknown column product ID, maybe the column name whatever I mentioned, it's a typo. Let me copy and paste it here. I think this itself wrong. Let me have it like that. So now I just created a product with product ID and name of the product. Let's see, let me clear this console and let's see the products, how many records we have within products table. For that, what I'm running is select start from products. Now we got two records. One is product pen, other one is pencil, and we have two records here. And the product, see, if for the first insert is having all the values and second insert is only having product ID and name of the product. We haven't given all other values. So that is the reason by default all other values are null. So now we covered creating a table and reading a table, and now we can see update and delete. Suppose if I want to modify this to with I want to add product code for that. I just want to add product code for that. How to do that? For that, the command will be update products set let me copy this product code equal to so I just want to enter this one. So before running this query, I just want to make sure like which line I want to execute. because there are two records. If I just click on enter this one, if I execute this command, it will actually impact for both the records or all the records. Whatever, how many records are there, it will impact for all the records. In this case, I need to specify I want to modify only for this particular record, which is 1002. I just want to modify for this particular one row to make the product code as PEC. For that, what I have to do is you have to give where command, where product ID equal to 1002. What it is doing is it is actually updating a products table where it is actually setting product code as PEC. The row it is recognizing with the primary key, which is 1002. Let's run this code, and now we have null for the product code for pencil. After executing this code, that record will be updated with PEC. Let me execute this update command. See, update query got succeed. Let me rerun this select query. You can see whether the PEC is added to 1002 or not. See, the PEC got added to 102. So far we covered create, read, and update. Now I want to execute the delete. So I want to make delete the we have two records over here. I just want to delete one of the record. Let me delete this record 1002. So you can delete either any record. For that, what is the command? Delete from, what is the table name? Products. Where is the one we have to mention for which column you're supposed to delete. You can give this condition because this is the record we're going to delete it. If you want to delete the first record, you can give 1001, or if you want to delete second record, you can give, depends on your requirement, you can give this one. Not only the product ID, you can choose either of one to give as a parameter. So with the program, how can we do all these operations, all the CRUD operations? We can see it in next tutorial. Thanks guys. Thanks for watching.